Hi, so I think I'm going to do a vlog today. Yeah, I've decided to do a reading vlog. Actually, I don't know whether it's going to be for a day or 2 days or what. I don't know. I'll just see how I get on. I haven't got much to do today. I need to go to the post office to post a book that I've sold on eBay. I need to finish editing a video for my other channel, and then the rest of the day I just want to read. So I'm currently reading Master of One by, is it Danny Jones? I've taken the dust jacket off, so I don't know the first names of the authors, but it's Jones and Bennett, and I'm annotating this. I'm absolutely loving it so much. I just love so many of the characters of the main characters. I'm loving like the slow burn romance between Rags and Shiny, as he calls him. I'm just obsessed with this book. It's just got everything that I love in like a fantasy book. It's got fairies in it, it's got magic in it, it's got love and romance and magical creatures. I'm just really loving it. So I've been reading that, as I say. I really want to crack on with that. And then I was reading The Cherry Tree Cafe by Heidi Swain. So this was one of the wrapped up TBR books that I did for this year, and I really was struggling with it, really struggled with it. I thought I'll at least get to halfway through the book, and if I'm still not liking it, then I'll just DNF it. Bear in mind, I've only consciously DNF'd one book ever in my life, and that was 50 Shades of Grey. It repulsed me. It was so abusive. I don't know what was attractive about that situation, but is it Booked by Brittany on YouTube had said last year there's too many stories that she wants to read for it to waste the time on books that she's not enjoying. And I said to myself that this year would be the year that I wouldn't torture myself reading a book that I wasn't enjoying just to complete it. I was just going to DNF it. And this is the first book of 2022 that I'm DNFing because I just didn't care. I didn't care about the characters whatsoever. The fella who's going to be the love interest was just making just snarky, like judgmental comments about the main female character. And I just thought, who are you? Who are you to just be passing judgment on somebody? Like, just zip it, just shut up. And then before I even got to the halfway point, something happened, and she decided that she was trying to find out whether or not this number that had been ringing her phone for a week or so was her ex-boyfriend, who she was still kind of like hung up on. And he took like great offence to that she would be so concerned as to whether or not it was her ex-boyfriend who was ringing. And again, I was just like, what is it? It's none of your business. And I just thought, I don't like this dude, so I'm not bothered whether or not they end up together because I don't particularly like him. I'm not bothered. So I just didn't like it. So it got DNF'd, I'm afraid. So in its place, I've picked up 10:30 by Mike Gale, which was on my TBR for this month anyway. And I was trying to decide whether I should read this or Song of Achilles because I really want to read that. But reading the first chapter of this, I was like, no, I'm gonna go with this one and save Achilles for later on in the year, possibly. But yeah, so far, first chapter, I really like it. So obviously going to be doing these 2 books today, and I feel like I want to start a manga or possibly do the 3rd Heartstopper, but I also don't want to binge them because I've loved the first 2 books, so I don't want to get through the other 2 so quickly, but I don't know, we'll wait and see. But yeah, definitely these 2 books are going to be my main priority today. I haven't eaten yet. What time is it? It is, yeah, 11:10. I haven't eaten yet. I might just have a piece of toast and then start reading. So it's a little bit later. I've read 100 pages in this so far. Like, the writing in it is quite big, so I think this will be quite a quick book to finish. But I'm really enjoying it so far. It's got like that witty British humour to it, and just like the thoughts and expectations about turning 30 are just like really relatable. So yeah, really enjoying that so far. I've had 2 books arrive, and these are for part of a reading challenge that's been done by Katie's Reading Spot. Let me just double check that's the correct name. Yeah, Katie's Reading Spot on Instagram. So I'll leave a link to her Instagram down below so you can check out the challenge that's going on. But yeah, I'm pretty sure these 2 books are for part of that challenge that I'm wanting to read as part of the challenge. So let's get these open. Yeah, so this one is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Been wanting to read this for years, and it's so weird because I was actually speaking to my dad about it. Was it last week or the week before? Because I was like, I really want to read this, and then Casey's challenge came up, and I was like, this is the perfect like push for me to get this and to finally read it. So that's the first book. There's my little doodah on. And then the other book is Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. I've read Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, which I absolutely loved. It was absolutely fantastic, brilliant, loved it. But I've never read the original, so again, as part of the challenge, this is another one of the books that I'm going to be reading. It's absolutely throwing it down outside now. It hasn't rained all day, and now that it's getting to the point where I need to go to the post office and we were planning on going for a big walk, it's absolutely chucking it down. So I don't know what we're going to do. Well, I need to wrap this book up. This is the book that I'm selling on eBay. I don't tend to keep a lot of the books that I read unless they're like part of series or the special editions or the books that I just absolutely love to bits. And I've just got stacks of books that I'm not going to read and whatnot. I'm not going to reread them, and I don't necessarily want to keep hold of them. So I've started selling some on eBay. So this is the one that I need to wrap up. It's The Confession by Jessie Burton. I gave this 3 stars. I mean, it's got really good reviews, but for me, it was just lacking. Like, the writing was great. It's basically about a girl or lady, a woman who wants to find out what happened to her mum who disappeared 30 years beforehand, and her dad tells her that this like famous author was one of the last people to see her mother alive. So she tracks down this person basically to find out what happened to her mum. And I just thought, like, I liked the idea of it and I liked the concept. I just didn't think it was executed very well. It was a bit meh, was that it kind of thing. So like I say, it was written really well, and it's sort of like it was in 2 different timelines, so it was like in the past and in the present, which was good. But yeah, it was just okay for me. So going to get this wrapped up and then see what my husband wants to do about going to the post office and going for a walk, because I don't fancy walking around in this disgusting weather. Well, we'll see. The weather out there is absolutely disgusting. The rain has stopped, but the wind is terrible, and the fella at the post office said that it's going to be even worse in a couple of days, and there's going to be like 100-mile-an-hour winds. So yay! I'm really hungry. It's just after 5, I think, so I think I want a jack potato, but I don't know if we've got any. So I'm going to make something to eat, and then I think I'm going to read Master of One for a bit. So yeah, get me plans. Not long got back from the dentist. I've basically been out all morning. I think it's after 12 o'clock now. I'm absolutely starving. I've had nothing to eat all day, and I'm really sore because it's that time of the month. I've got terrible pains, so I need some painkillers. I need to get into my scruffs, my comfy clothes, and then just chill for the rest of the day. But on the bus on the way home, I started Stepping on Roses Volume 3. So I did mention this in my, was it February TBR? So basically it's about an orphan girl who is very poor. She has a brother, an older brother, who basically gambles all money that ever comes into their home. So yeah, he can't be relied on. He stacks up masses of debt and at risk of getting evicted from the property that they're living in. And she comes across this really wealthy fella who basically pays her to marry him in order for him to inherit wealth from his family, because he'll only get this inheritance if he's married. But he's not a very nice man. And on the same day or the day before or something, she'd seen another young man who she like fell in love with. And it turns out that that fella is her new husband's friend. And she's still in love with this fella that she met one day, but she knows she has to basically live up to the contract that she's agreed to with her new husband. And at the end of the last one, I thought the friend had persuaded her to run away with him. But now, starting to read this, it looks like he has basically kidnapped her. Complete psycho. Has tied her up and everything. It's all kicking off. And her husband has basically saved her from a burning building where she was tied up with this absolute psychopath. So I'm just like, what the hell is going on? And we're starting to learn more about her husband's past. That kind of explains the way he is. It doesn't excuse it though. In my eyes, he's still an a-hole as far as I'm concerned. But I did say in my February TBR that if things didn't improve in this book, that wouldn't continue with the series. But so far, I mean, I'm not even halfway through yet. I'm like, oh, I need to know what is going on. So I'm going to finish this today, and then if it goes as well as it has been going, then I'll probably carry on with the series. But yeah, I was just sat on the bus like, oh my word, this man is absolutely bonkers. So yeah, that's that. Last night I didn't actually read any of Master of One because I just really was enjoying this. So I think I've got about 100 pages left to go on it, and I don't think I actually spoke about what this was about. So it's basically about Matt, who from a very young age had this idea of how his life would pan out, or where he expected to be in his life when he turned 30. So he expected to have a job that he really liked, a wife and kids and whatnot, or not even so much kids, but at least have the person that he was going to spend the rest of his life with. And we see him at the beginning. He is working in New York, so he's got a very well paid job. He's very good at his job. He's in New York. He is with a partner. They've been together, living together for 18 months, and they basically call it quits very amicably. There's no kind of resentment and whatnot. And he moved back to the UK for 3 months before he is due to take a even better job with the same company, double the money, in Australia. Like, so as far as I'm concerned, he's doing all right for himself. Okay, his relationship hasn't worked, but life doesn't plan out like that, does it? And Jesus Christ, you're only 29 going on 30, like, you're still a spring chicken. Like, chill out, it's fine. So he goes back to the UK, and he's basically getting in touch with all his old friends, and they're reminiscing. And he's got a friend who was like on and off with, like, boyfriend and girlfriend, but not quite boyfriend and girlfriend when they were younger. But she's got a boyfriend, so we don't know how that's playing out, but he's still very much in touch with his ex, who's still in New York, and they're telling each other that they miss each other and whatnot. So it's just waiting and seeing what happens. Does he end up getting back with his old on-off, on-again, whatever, girlfriend, or does he go back to New York to rekindle what he had with his previous partner? Or does she move to Australia with him? Who knows? But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. There's some funny moments in it and whatnot. It's a very easy read, so I think I'm going to finish this and this today. And then if I do get them finished by this evening, then I'll start reading Master of One, I think. But yeah, I definitely need painkillers and possibly a hot water bottle as well, because I'm feeling a bit rough, if you know what I mean. So food, painkillers, hot water bottle, reading. That's me sorted for this afternoon. I've had such a late start to the day. I had the worst morning with my period, so I'm just like feeling really sluggish. I've been in so much pain and whatnot, but painkillers have kicked in now. I've had a lovely refreshing shower, and yeah, I'm about to get stuck into today at like, what, 2:15 in the afternoon. I haven't even eaten yet. So last night I finished Stepping on Roses Volume 3, and it's all kicking off. I think the last update I gave, she'd been kidnapped by her other love interest that isn't a husband, and then husband had saved her, and then after that she the fella that had kidnapped her and tied her up and was prepared to die with her in a burning building, got married, and her husband said because he was an old friend and whatever that they should make amends and go to the wedding and blah 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 and whatever. And her husband's gone back to being not very nice to her, calls her stupid all the time, and I'm just like, listen mate, you better wind your neck in. But I'm intrigued, I'm so intrigued to carry on with the series, but I can't get a copy, like a physical copy of the 4th volume unless I'm willing to pay like £70+ for it, because they've discontinued it. So I think I'm gonna have to read the rest of it on my Kindle, which I'm absolutely devastated about. Does anybody else do this? If you start a series on your Kindle, you have to complete the series on your Kindle, and if you read or start a series in physical form, you have to complete the series in physical form. Is anybody else like that? I just honestly, it really throws me off and just messes with my head when I have to go from one thing to another. I just can't, but I'm gonna have to do it in this case because there's absolutely no way I'm paying £70+ for volume 4 of this, not a chance. So yeah, I'll have to read the rest of it on my Kindle. I finished off the last 60 pages of this morning, so I suppose the morning wasn't completely wasted, and I really enjoyed it. So I don't want to like give too much away about it, but it was basically him just obviously coming to terms, the main character Matt coming to terms with the fact that he was turning 30, and just that life doesn't always turn out the way you plan for it to turn out. And the way it ended was actually the way I was hoping for it to end, because I think he was feeling like because he was reaching 30, he was trying to hold on to the way things were in his past, and you can't live in the past and whatnot. So I really liked the way the book ended. Just really enjoyed it. So yeah, I give it 3 stars because it didn't blow my mind, but it was still really enjoyable. So yeah, now I'm gonna go and eat something finally because I'm ravenous, and my husband's bought me a salad box from Morrison's, so I'm gonna eat that, and then I'm definitely gonna do Master of One this afternoon, and I'm really tempted to read the 3rd Heartstopper because I'm just in love with it. I just love it. So I'll see how I get on with this, and then I might read Heartstopper as well. I feel like I haven't sat down like this for ages. It's been about 4 days. But yeah, I just wasn't feeling very well, and I was quite tired, and I hate reading books that I'm really enjoying while I'm tired because I feel like I'm not taking it in and whatnot. But today I did pick up and start and finished Heartstopper Volume 3. I'm just obsessed with this series. I just love them so much. I love Nick and Charlie. I love how patient they are with each other, how understanding they are. just the communication between the two of them, and I just love it. I love the way they love each other. It's just so cute. So yeah, absolutely loved this series so far, and I'm absolutely gutted that I've only got one more book out of the series to finish, but yeah, I just loved it so much. And then I finally today finished Master of One. This was 5 stars for me. It was just perfect. I don't know whether I've actually said what it was about, but it's basically a thief called Rags who is kidnapped by the Queen and her sorcerer, or one of her sorcerers, to basically go and steal something for them. It turns out the thing that he needs to steal are people, and there's the Fae involved, and the Fae have basically been wiped out completely, but then one of the people that he stumbles across at the beginning is a Fae prince, and there's a romance that goes on between them, which to me, I felt like I needed more of that. I needed more of the romance between the two of them, but it was a slow burn anyway, and I just loved it. I just loved all the magical creatures and everything. It was just perfection, and I can't believe that it hasn't got a higher rating on Goodreads, because I just thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, that was a 5-star read for me. I'm kind of hoping that they bring out another one, like a sequel to it, another one after this. I don't know if they will, but I would absolutely love it if they did. I think I'm gonna wrap up the vlog there. I'm absolutely looking a state. My makeup is falling off my face, so I just want to get in the shower and get in bed, potentially start another book, although I don't know what book I want to start just yet. And then I'm like, do I start a book, or do I start putting together my March TBR? Oh, I don't know. I'll decide once I'm out of the shower. But anyway, that's the end of the vlog. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, then please subscribe. Bye!